Hello YouTube, Annabelle56 here. Here is, at last, my BBC Doctor Who The Time of the Doctor and other 11th Doctor Christmas specials review. Okay, so here we have the BBC logo at the top, Matt Smith, Jenna Coleman, Dalek at the side, handles there, wooden Cybermen in the background and Town Called Christmas at the back. Just to warn you, this review will contain spoilers. It is a PG certificate, which is interesting. It's a 2-disc set. Bonus features: Behind the Lens, Tales from the TARDIS, Farewell to Matt Smith. I was quite gutted that that actually didn't play in the UK, but I understand why they only played it in BBC America, because in the UK they want to make it as smoother passing as possible. I'll open it up to show you. So we've got the TARDIS and a Christmas tree, first Christmas special, the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, and the Snowman, and a Christmas Carol around that. So they're the 3 Christmas specials that Matt Smith has done. The 3 Christmas specials also come with the series box set that they've done. So 5, 6 and 7 also come with their respective Christmas special stories. This is the only way that you can get the Regeneration episode, The Time of the Doctor. I will get it out so you can have a look at the artwork on the thing. So they have Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman there. This is the disc. Same picture as on the front of the box. I'm a tad a bit annoyed because this didn't come with any ultraviolet codes, which was annoying, whereas season 7 did come with ultraviolet codes, and so did the Day of the Doctor. The Time of the Doctor didn't. Okay, this is a review of the actual episode. The episode, I felt, was heavily reliant on voiceover, which indicates to me that it was badly written. It also had many elements to include and was a good summary, I feel, of Matt Smith's time. But sometimes I actually felt that Stephen Moffat could have actually done so much more with less. The whole idea of Doctor ending up at a town called Christmas was brilliant, not a problem. But the big problem then became, what on earth do we do with Clara? We get rid of her for most of the episode. Kind of pointless, I feel, though it does show that the Doctor does care about her. Too many enemies again, and the whole business with the church and the papal Mother Superior mainframe. Really good character. Shame that we didn't have more with her. Had a really good flirty, bubbly relationship with the Doctor. My only question is it's a bit too soon after losing River Song, I kind of guess. But it was kind of a great way just to hint at that, and River Song was mentioned in this episode. But I really feel that Jenna Coleman actually got kicked in the teeth in this episode, because ultimately it was all about sort of Matt Smith, but it didn't actually allow Clara to say goodbye to Matt Smith. Hence you had Amelia Pond do that, and it just felt that Clara was kind of sidelined. Even though we did see her family, he didn't really want to get to know her. It's sort of like, yeah, I know who you are and how many times you've saved me now. I'm not really bothered with you. Even though they did have that touching emotional moment where she read him the cracker. I felt that it was primarily a Matt Smith episode with a lot of jumbled other stuff, and it was kind of convoluted, to be absolutely honest. It did sum up his tenure as the Doctor, and it did provide answers as to why there was a crack in Amelia Pond's bedroom and who was coming through, but I think it might have just made that a little bit more confusing, because now we find out it was the Time Lords and other stuff. So yeah, I feel it was a good episode that kind of summed everything up about Matt Smith's era, apart from a nice bouncy Matt Smith, which is kind of sad. I'm really looking forward to Peter Capaldi. I think it will be fresh and it will be new, and it won't have so much baggage. At least Jenna will be able to have a nice bouncy kind of relationship, whereas her and Matt's relationship's kind of been awkward. even though I suspect that actually in real life Jenna and Matt have quite a good friendship, it's just never actually effectively come across on screen, and that's partly due to the stories and the convoluted plots, and with the fact that her character kept dying, and turning up again, dying and turning up again, which is really kind of damaged the viewer's relationship to Clara, and I think also the Doctor's relationship to Clara, because you've always wondered, like, oh, don't connect with her because she's just going to die type attitude. So yeah, Series 7 is a really difficult season, and I don't think Doctor Who should change companions halfway through a season. They can introduce perhaps another companion sidekick like Mickey, we've had in the past, or somebody like that. I don't see adding extra people to the TARDIS isn't a problem, but I don't think they should change the main female companion or male companion to the Doctor halfway through a season. I prefer it at the end, because then you've actually got a season finale that's worth waiting for, type thing. But then you do get stuck into that format thing. But that format worked, whereas I think because Series 7 was split in half, you had half saying goodbye to the Ponds, which was painful enough, because they're practically his family. Well, they are his family. And then you had the introduction of Clara, who is important, but they're not quite important, but you're never quite sure because she just keeps dying all the time. But it is kind of nice how they now have the leaving companions meet the new companions. So you had Amy and Rory speak to Clara in the Dalek Asylum, even though it wasn't the Clara, you still had that kind of crossover, and the fact that Clara's met Riversong. So you now have that kind of smooth introduction between the companions, which does help matters, because Riversong knew about Donna, I suspect Riversong knew about Rose, and I suspect Riversong knew about Martha as well. So you now have this kind of overflow with everybody else knowing about their former and companions, which is interesting because we never had that, and it does create complex relationships between the companions and the Doctor. So there's an extra dimension there. Okay, I've rambled enough. If I was going to rate this episode out of 10, I would actually give it Matt Smith. If it was just based on Matt Smith's performance, I would give it a 9. But it's not. I have to take into the convolutedness, I have to take in the overuse of voiceover, and I have to take into consideration the fact that Clara never really got to say goodbye to the Doctor, because guess what? Amy Pond turned up and stole him away from her. How dare she? But rightly so, though. I would give this episode actually a 6.5. And I'm being generous, because I felt that it was just stuffed with so much that it was kind of like, actually, I would just like a nice, simple, streamlined story with 1 or 2 monsters and a companion, and being set in Christmas. We could have had lots of nice little sort of scenes there, but no, we had to have Clara going home and all this, and paper mainframe and blah blah blah, and it was just kind of like a lot of padding and waffle. Okie dokie, I've waffled enough about this. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, dislike, review, blah blah blah. Bye!